Which song would you say is the most underrated song by Beyonce? Have a think. Let me know in the comments. My name is Greg Harradine. I'm a composer, and in this video I'll be discussing a certain song by Beyonce which I think is criminally underrated. This is episode 11 of Good Art, Bad Art, in which I look at various different songs, albums, compositions, even books, and to have a discussion unedited for 8 minutes about whether these creations are examples of good art or bad art. And part of this is about me hearing from you too. So please let me know if you think I've got it right or if I'm terribly misguided. Anyway, which song am I talking about? Which song of Beyonce's is terribly, terribly underrated? I never hear this song mentioned. I don't hear it played. Let's figure out which one it is. I wonder if you've already thought about it. It's from this album here. I Am Sasha Fierce from 2008. The song I'm talking about is the last track on disc 2 on this edition. It is Scared of Lonely. Now, I remember hearing this song for the first time, and some songs you hear them and you can go about your business. You might look at your phone or carry on doing whatever you're doing. This song, when the first time I heard it, I just had to listen intently all the way through. It was so emotionally affecting, and it seemed like such a unified song. The lyrics and the music paired together really well, and I'll try to explain why I think that is. So yes, it was written by Beyonce and Rodney Jerkins, otherwise known as Darkchild. They wrote the music together. I think a few others helped write the lyrics. But yes, this song, so what's it about? The title kind of gives it away. Scared of Lonely. It's about someone who's scared to be alone. Now, why is that? Well, I think there's 3 levels. There's 3 interpretations. Initially, from the lyrics, you might think, well, this is just about a lady who wants her man to be around more. Yeah, she doesn't want to be alone. She wants her man to be around. I think that's quite a superficial interpretation. I think the next level is probably more accurate, which is the man is around sometimes, but he's not actually present. Yeah, he is with her quite often, but she needs more from him. Yeah, it's not enough for him just to be there in the same room. He has to be engaged and truly connected with her. So I think that's a better explanation. But more than that, I really think the song is about the human and kind of existential dread we have, the existential dread we have of, being alone. It's a sad fact that we're born alone, we die alone. No one else can get into our heads, even our closest friends and family, partners. We love them dearly and we feel very connected to them, but we can't get into each other's heads. So we are actually at rock bottom truly alone. And I think this song explores that feeling quite powerfully. How does it do it? Well, the music has a massive part to play. It's in the key of E flat minor. I mean, you could analyze it in D sharp minor, of course, but let's go E flat minor. So a key with lots of flats, yeah, quite a dark key. And the chord sequence for the verse and the chorus, because it's the same chord sequence, the chords fall initially. E flat minor, D flat major, B flat minor, we're getting lower, and then a slight little raise to C flat major. So it's we've got this descending feeling, descending with a slight rise at the end. That's the general vibe. This song is about a tough subject, loneliness. It's a negative subject. We have a feeling of descent, but there is a slight bit of hope here. Yeah, it's not 100% dark, this song. There is a bit of strength and hope as well, but not too much. Doesn't overplay that, just enough. One of the genius parts of this song, I think, is that the vocal melodies, very, very often, over 2 bars, they rise. So it's like we're climbing up, we're rising, trying to get out of this hole of loneliness, but they always fall back down again. Yeah, nearly every time you listen, every 2 bars, the vocal melody has a pattern that goes up and then falls. So as the chords are going down, the vocal melody is rising, and then at the end, the chords go up slightly and the melody descends. Yeah, like Sisyphus trying to push his rock up the hill over and over again, and it always rolls back down. Yeah. Also, I think this is quite unusual for a Beyoncé song. The lead vocal, her lead vocal line, is never harmonized. If we forget the bridge, for reasons I'll explain in a minute, I think the bridge is the only part of this song which actually is a failure. I think the bridge was a bad idea. But let's forget the bridge. Imagine it doesn't exist. The lead vocal is never harmonized. An example of her loneliness, right? Just the one person, you're on your own. There's no one harmonizing with you. There's no friends around. Your partner's not there. He's not really present. That is a smart move. There are backing vocals occasionally, but not often. We hear the word lonely sung, backing vocals which are harmonized. And it's almost as if you're being taunted. It's like other people are intruding, saying, you're lonely. Look at you, you're the lonely one, we're fine. Often we feel like the rest of the world is doing well and we're not. Why are we not doing okay? So I think that's a very clever move there in the songwriting. Yes, and the music, the synths and the string sounds in the background, so well written, so well arranged. I'm sure Darkchild had a big part to play in that, no doubt. So clever, just such a contrapuntal web of beautiful melodic lines, especially in the choruses, weaving in and out. It's like thoughts bubbling in your head in the background, these intrusive, dark, unhelpful thoughts. And in each chorus, it's different melodies creeping in. I love in the chorus that follows the bridge, a beautiful descending pentatonic pattern in the synths in the background, which weirdly is very reminiscent of that famous descending pentatonic line from Debussy's Arabesque No. 1, which sounds much more positive than this here, but very reminiscent of that actually. So beautiful. The bridge. I think the bridge is a failure because, first of all, the vibe changes a bit. In the background, we get Beyonce going, hey, 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 and doing some like woo in the background. It's like not appropriate for this song. The song's too serious for that. And it sounds a bit too samey. Yeah, the verse and the chorus are already the same chord progression. We don't need a very similar thing in the bridge. The bridge could have been different. The only time we hear what's called the relative major chord in this song, a G-flat major chord, we hear it once in each verse and chorus near the end on the word dream. I think that is our reason to hope that everything will be okay. We hear this relative major chord. It's not a nightmare, it's a dream. It might be a dark dream, but we can get through it together. I'm out of time. I do these things for 8 minutes. That's it. Please subscribe. Listen to Scared of Lonely. Genius song. I give it 81 out of 100. Goodbye.